Hi there, I am Millie from Proof Academy. Today, we will be creating a simple project schedule with ChatGPT.
Yes, it's true. ChatGPT acquired 1 million users in just 5 days after launching in November 2022. By comparison, it took Instagram approximately 2.5 months to reach 1 million downloads.
Interesting. ChatGPT is the new hype in town that everyone is using. I wonder if it has any magical scheduling abilities. Let's open ChatGPT and ask it what can it do for a scheduling engineer. For the smoothness of this vlog, the video has been speeded up. Feel free to pause at any time if you want to have a closer look at the questions and answers. It looks very good at making up its own truth about how useful it is, but can it be asked to create a basic schedule? One that could be used in some of our courses, for instance. Seems ChatGPT more or less continued telling what it can do. It appears we weren't clear about wanting an example schedule. Let's ask it explicitly, can you provide an example of such schedule? At first glance, it looks impressive. It provided me with a table with 6 tasks and showed me the durations, predecessors, earliest start, earliest finish, late start, late finish, and of course the slack. I would have expected it to use the more common term float instead of slack, but okay. Going in more detail, it seems the late dates are not correct. I would expect to have the last task late finish equal to the early finish. However, we will let it go for now. Let's make it a bit harder on ChatGPT. Let's ask it to provide us a real-life example schedule. So ChatGPT chose to present a schedule for the construction of a new office building. It gave us a nice set of activities with well-defined predecessors. On the other hand, reading the text raises some red flags. First, the total duration should be 360 and not 345. Also, there are activities that have total float on the critical path, but that is not a surprise. As we saw earlier, ChatGPT struggles with the backward pass calculations, and the late dates are incorrect. Hence, the float calculations aren't that correct either. Can ChatGPT turn this into something usable by Primavera P6? It's unsurprising that it can't create Excel files, but copyable tables are the next best thing. How about we ask ChatGPT to further detail the planning and to modify the schedule to increase the float? Seemed ChatGPT didn't really understand my request. However, it added the free float column, which similarly to the total float is not correct. Let's try again. This is better. It has now added 3 new activities. Interestingly, ChatGPT warns me that with new activities come new dependencies, and that might impact the schedule and the critical path. It will be a good idea if we can see the relationship dependencies in the table. Indeed, it adds them directly. Also, they are all finished to start, which is good scheduling practice. However, it is sorted by activity, which is a bit confusing. Why not sort them by early start? No complaints there. ChatGPT can sort tables easily and quickly. Now, perhaps instead of counting in days, we ask it to start the schedule on 2 January. Oops, seems we are not aligned on the default date format. But never mind, 1 February works also. I just hope it doesn't change my birthday. Ha 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 ha. Surprisingly, the float values have changed, although they still don't look fully correct. I guess it is time to ask it to highlight the critical path. It starts its analysis claiming that the critical path will be highlighted in red, but nothing gets highlighted. Next, it says the critical path is only the first 2 activities. Now, this is definitely not correct. Let's ask it to explain itself. I'm going to note that this is a very nice attempt at consoling me. The process described sounds convincing. Also, it did change its answer on what's on the critical path. But I am confused. Activity 10 does not have a total float of 0 as it states. Let's challenge it. It apologizes. Yes, you are sorry. But wait, the answer is still incorrect. This is frustrating. It apologizes again. Sounds like my boyfriend. Obviously, ChatGPT is struggling. As a summary, ChatGPT was obviously not reliable for calculations and gave incorrect late dates and float calculations. However, it showed a nice overall understanding of the critical path method with good definitions. Also, the tables issued were useful and easily adaptable. Most impressive is that ChatGPT definitely has a potential in understanding and teaching purposes. It was quick and interactive while using realistic examples. What do you think? Will this be the start of a new era? What uses do you see for ChatGPT in your schedule? Let us know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time.